Welcome to English language reading. Speak English while listening. Vami, a 16-year-old girl, took the seat by the window of a train, smiled at the little boy sitting opposite to her, and waved to her parents, who were standing on the platform, anxiously peeping into the compartment. She had just finished her Class 10 board exams, and was traveling to spend a few days with her uncle and his family. It was a journey of 3 to 4 hours by train, and her uncle had promised to be at the station well ahead of time to receive her. Yet, her mother in particular was very worried. She had not been in favor of Vami traveling all by herself, and had tried her best to dissuade Vami from traveling and going alone. Vami, however, had made up her mind, and was quite excited about making the trip. What a lot of fun she would have with her cousins. She thought of the places they would go to, the movies they would watch, and the picnics they would enjoy. She couldn't resist smiling at the thought, and as the train started pulling out of the station, she said, "Goodbye, Mother. Don't be too anxious. I'll be fine and will talk to you daily. Don't forget what I told you," her mother said, as she gave her daughter a worried look. "Don't talk to strangers. Don't accept anything they offer you, and I'll keep away from everything unknown," said Vami, smiling at her mother. "Mother, haven't you told all this to me so many times, and don't you trust me? Shall I ever knowingly get into trouble?" The train was already on its way now, and her parents could do nothing but wave to her. Vami sat back in her seat and took out a book to read. Just then, she caught sight of a man staring at her sharply. He was sitting next to the little boy, who seemed scared of him. Vami wondered what was wrong. "Would you like to have an orange?" Vami asked the boy, and he shook his head. He didn't want to answer any of the questions she asked, but Vami didn't want to give up so easily. She felt she had seen the boy somewhere, but she really couldn't recollect where. She offered him chocolates, a book to read, and even invited him to play a game with her, but no response was forthcoming. Every time she spoke to the boy, she could sense the anger and irritation in the rude man's face. After an hour, the train stopped at a station, and a man carrying a briefcase got in. He occupied the seat next to Vami, and as soon as the train started, he was on the mobile, talking to somebody about a case he was working on. Vami was clever enough to understand that he was a detective. Vami took out a small pocket book that she always carried with her and wrote something on it and passed it to the man surreptitiously. The man glanced at what she had written and nodded. It was time for Vami to get off. She scanned the faces in the platform, and was thrilled when she caught sight of her uncle and her cousin Lena waving at her. Just then, the man who had been sitting quietly next to her, all this while, caught the hand of the rude traveler. "Your game is over, Mohit. You thought you could get away with the boy, didn't you?" Then turning to the little boy, he said gently, "Don't be scared, Navin. Your parents are waiting in the station to take you home. Nobody can harm you now." The detective, for that was precisely who he was, thanked Vami for her help and got down with the boy and the kidnapper Mohit. When the boy's parents came to shake hands with Vami and thank her, she recognized them immediately. They were the owners of the local grocery store where her mother always shopped. Vami was appreciated by her uncle and Lena for being so sensible and clever in suspecting the evil intentions of Mohit, and helping the little boy Navin. Vami herself was amazed with the incident. What an adventurous start to her holidays. She couldn't believe she had come out of it unharmed.